rolled offside when the ball's played to him. They hadn't had that much ball anyway, but to be offside at that point is a sort of scandal, really.
Yeah, and Jordan Ayew, he's a cracking little player for Palace, isn't he? Because he's not a prolific striker, but he just runs into the wing. Sometimes he drops deep. He's good with the ball at his feet. He really is, and he can create things as much as he can find goals for himself. Obviously, they're not making a change yet, but Portugal are. I'm just wondering what you think about it, because I think he was readied. About 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes gone in the second half. Why wouldn't you make that a half time? I don't know, because very little's changed in this second half. In fact, what's happened more maybe is that Ghana are getting a bit more of the ball. But to not make that change at half time and make it only a few minutes later, it's a peculiar one.
Yeah, I think so. I just wonder if Santos is thinking, well, they promised me they'll come out after the break and do this, that, the other, but they're not doing it. Sedu picks up the ball now. Ghana on the attack, and he beats his man. Gets the byline. What's the cross line? It's a decent looking ball in and through the box, but it's bits up, and then eventually well defended. Baba Ratman, probably not the kind of ball he was after. Did a good chance there through Sedu to pick a better ball, but in the end, just a shot of adrenaline, and he got too much on it.
Maybe he's just not used to getting down that side a lot, because it's probably the furthest Seidu's been the entire game. Probably the first ball into the box outside of those corners. There's two in a matter of minutes in the first half. When you're obviously the team that's getting less of the ball, and in the final third especially, you've got to just make it perfect when you do bring it forward, because you're not going to get many chances. I mean, you're looking at Iñaki Williams, he's got a bit of height on him as well. He'll be frustrated that that's not right on his head. There's a dive in the end there from João Cancelo. It's a chance for Ghana on the break. Yeah,
they've got options here. Iñaki Williams trying to break the line, but the ball goes left to Kudus instead. Iñaki Williams in the box waiting, and so is Andre Ayew. The ball goes just backwards for Abdul Samed. Ball now to Kudus at the byline, puts the ball in. It's come off a Portuguese head. That will be a corner.
And maybe a chance to get the cross right on this occasion. I don't know what Cancelo's thinking there, because it's outside. Well, I know he's not trying to get a penalty because it's so far outside the box, but is it worth diving to get a free kick in that area? It was such a poor dive.
Did he dive, or was he really clipped?
Yeah. We haven't seen a replay of it, but
no, we haven't. I mean, it looked a bit iffy, but I thought, well, if sometimes it's like saying, look, I've been fouled here, so I'm going to go down so that's happened. He's not necessarily cheating, but he's just over-egging his pudding. Yeah. But there, ref's just gone, no, I'm not interested in that. Anyway, it's a corner kick. It's an opportunity then if they can deliver a decent ball in. And so Baba Ratman puts a good ball in. It's contested though, and not being cleared. It's up in the air a while, and Salisu was sort of won the first end. The ball breaks back out, and then again it's piled in by Sedu. It's not a good ball. Long ball for Portugal now is poor as well. And the game just losing its way just a touch, Ben.
Yeah, Ronaldo just tried to make... Bruno Fernandes, just tried to make a run on the near side. Otavio, he's had a few long balls as Otavio. They've not been on the money. I'm surprised they haven't made the change yet, Portugal, because there's been a few times the ball's been out of play. Diego Costa's come out to be the sweeper keeper. It's well dealt with in the end by Danilo Pereira as well, but he is dispossessed eventually by Andre Ayew.
Doing well enough there. Otavio's having a bit of a nightmare in that he's trying to get on the ball and affect the game, but it seems every time he does something, it doesn't work out. His passes misplaced. His little dribble, he was picked up by Thomas Partey. We said maybe he's the man feeling under pressure because you've seen Carvalho. Have they put William Carvalho away now? Was somebody feeling a niggle? Is that the reason for all that? It seemed like a change was going to be made, and then Santos has kind of gone back on it. Anyway, the ball won out the field by Otavio. A real opportunity now. Ronaldo scampering into the box. He goes. Can he get his shot away? Drives onto his left foot. And it's a tame effort, really. Attempt to blocked away. And then some good defending at the edge of his own box by Seydou. Little Marseille turn, buys him time. And then Kudus, a brilliant turn from him. And they've got 4 against 4 now. He's got the ball still in his feet. Neves can't get to him. He goes for a strike. Oh, and he's not too far away. Held on maybe for too long there, I'm just thinking. But he always had the legs of Neves. The Ghanaian fans getting excited. But the ball didn't hit the back of the net. It was wide.
It was, but it's probably one of the most exciting moments of the game. He had options. He had Iñaki Williams ahead of him. He had an option out left as well. I think it was Andre Ayew. But he scored from that distance already this season. I remember he scored an absolute corker against Rangers in the Champions League with his left from a similar area. across the face of goal. It just goes past the post. But just seeing the manager there as well, he's just riling up, well, his own players on the bench, but the players on the pitch as well. Maybe it is Otavio.